Today is May the 27th. What do you do when you feel alone? Let's find out together what Jesus did as we study Mark 14:32 to 41. So, Jesus has had a meal with his disciples. He said, let's go to the Mount of Olives. They took off for the Mount of Olives. On the way, he predicted their desertion and Peter's denial. Verse 32, they went to the olive grove called Gethsemane, and Jesus said, sit here while I go and pray. But he took Peter, James, and John with him. He became deeply troubled and distressed. He told the three, my soul is crushed with grief to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me. He went on a little further and he fell to the ground. He prayed that if it were possible, the awful hour awaiting him might pass him by. Abba, Father, he cried out, everything is possible for you. Please take this cup of suffering away from me. Yet I want your will to be done, not mine. Then he returned and he found the disciples asleep. He said to Peter, Simon, are you asleep? Couldn't you watch with me even 1 hour? Keep watch and pray so that you'll not give in to temptation. For the spirit is willing, but the body is weak. Then Jesus left them again. He prayed the same prayer as before. When he returned to them again, he found them sleeping, for they couldn't keep their eyes open. They didn't know what to say. When he returned the third time, he said, go ahead and sleep. Have your rest. But no, the time has come. The Son of Man is betrayed into the hand of sinners. Up, let's be going. Look, my betrayer is here. We see the story of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, and there are two things that are going on, two levels. The first level is what Jesus says to God. He says, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to go through what I'm about to go through. We look at Jesus on the cross, and there is a reality that we see there. There was horrible pain, and yet Jesus didn't appear to shy away from the pain. He was prepared for the pain. They even offered him a sedative, and he refused it. He said, no, I can handle this. He saw his mother there. He saw the humiliation that he felt being crucified naked on the cross before the crowd. But he didn't shy away from that. He suffered that. He didn't cry out. The moment that Jesus cried out was when he cried, my God, why have you forsaken me? Because in one horrible moment of eternity, God the Father turned away from God the Son, who had taken our sin on himself. And Jesus cried out in agony. That is what he was trying to avoid. An even momentary separation of the Son from the Father was more than Jesus could bear. He cried out in agony when it took place. The crucifixion was a moment of Jesus' separation from God. There's another level in the Garden of Gethsemane. He takes 3 of his friends to be with him. And he says, watch with me, pray with me. And they can't. He comes back and he finds them asleep, understandable. It's been a long day, they've been emotionally drained. He goes away a second time, they fall asleep again. He goes away a third time, and a third time, they fall asleep. It's the story of Jesus' separation from his friends, knowing that in moments they'll desert him, knowing that in hours Peter will deny him. He gives them a chance to at least sit with him, and they can't. Jesus is totally alone. He's theologically separated from God as he bears our sin. He is separated from his friends as they run from him and can't even stay awake to console him in his agony. What did Jesus do when he felt alone? He prayed. What did Jesus do? He sought out friends. But you know, when faced with a separation from God and a separation from his friends, Jesus responded first with submission. He told God, not my will, but yours be done. I submit to you. He even told his friends, you're sleepy. Go ahead and sleep. He even submitted to them. And then he did what we need to do when we're alone. We do the next thing. Jesus said, look, the Son of Man is going to be betrayed. Let's get up and go. Let's get this over with. But he didn't back away from it. He saw what needed to take place, and he did the next thing. Like, follow, and subscribe to this devotional on whatever platform you use to listen to it. Send your questions or comments to us at questions@becomehope.com. Tomorrow, Jesus is arrested.